Hello everybody, and welcome to your next iteration of LODE Project Updates. I'm your host Nick, and as always, if this is your first time joining us, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as check out LODE.one to learn more about the project. Now today, I have an exclusive interview with a very special guest, Blockchain Foundry CEO Dan Wasyluk. So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, Dan, how you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. So to kick off today's interview, I want to do a bit of a dive for those of us who are kind of maybe a little less technically inclined and a little less familiar with what Syscoin is all about, as well as Blockchain Foundry. Give us a picture. How did Blockchain Foundry start, and why Syscoin of all things?
So actually, Blockchain Foundry started with Syscoin. We started the Syscoin project back in 2013 as a way to provide value to users looking to eliminate middlemen in merchant experiences. And through our experience with Syscoin, we found that there are a lot of ways that we could enable value for businesses on top of the platform. And so in 2017, we started Blockchain Foundry to help businesses realize that value.
Okay, so what particular advantages, I know that you were just speaking specifically about merchants, how does being on Syscoin as opposed to another platform token or even Bitcoin itself, what advantages are they provided by being with Syscoin?
So the Syscoin protocol has really evolved over the years. When we started, Syscoin was closer to Bitcoin with some special services built in. And over the years, we've learned that there are certain operations that belong on the blockchain and others that don't. And what we've done is really aim to make the Syscoin blockchain efficient for merchant operations by enabling near real-time transactions that are backed by the blockchain.
So that lightning speed that we are all
That's
really
right, lightning without a secondary layer to enable that. On Bitcoin, you need a secondary layer called the Lightning Network to enable those kinds of real-time transactions, and there are some security trade-offs with that sort of solution. With Syscoin, we've developed a technology called ZDAG, which uses directed acyclic graphs, which is what DAG stands for, to enable real-time transfer backed by the proof of work of Bitcoin's security model.
Okay, so as it presently stands, and correct me if I'm mistaken, but we're presently living in the third iteration of Syscoin, and we're approaching rapidly, I think even in June, the fourth iteration of Syscoin. What does that mean?
That's right. We have Syscoin 3 introduced masternode capabilities, which is a common concept in other coins where you can bond some coins to provide value to the network. And along with masternodes, we actually implemented an asset layer on top of Syscoin. So you're probably familiar with asset layers on other platforms such as Ethereum. The thing with Syscoin assets is they have that real-time transfer speed that our protocol enables, where other protocols fall flat. And not only do we have the speed, but we also have the scalability. So we can send transactions in near real time, and the transactional throughput of the Syscoin blockchain far exceeds any audited transactional throughput that we've seen from competing chains.
Wow. So bringing it back to LODE and Blockchain Foundry's cooperation and partnership with the LODE project, what are the sort of key core benefits that the LODE project will see as a byproduct of transitioning onto the fourth iteration of Syscoin?
So what is key for the LODE project, and really more so for AGX tokens, is enabling the use of these tokens at merchant systems around the world without having to rely on middlemen to enable that process. When you use things like Bitcoin or Ethereum or a number of other coins at traditional merchant solutions such as Pundi or Coin Payments or Paytomat, you have a middleman there collecting your funds, taking on the risk for the time it takes to confirm those transactions, and then taking a cut of those funds and giving the merchant the rest.
Right.
With Syscoin, because of the speed of the blockchain, there are no middlemen to enable this ecosystem. Merchants and users can directly peer-to-peer transact in real time with no risk of value loss and without losing value to a middleman in the equation, which is the whole point of this technology, right? You don't want to have to rely on third parties to transfer value. And in the case of the LODE AGX project, what's really valuable here is that we're taking that concept and we're backing it with silver, right? And so it's not just speculative tokens that can be transferred back and forth in order to provide value to users. It's actually tokens that have a fixed value tied to silver that can now be used in a digital way, because carrying physical silver around is unreasonable and inefficient. But now you can carry hundreds of ounces of silver in your pocket through a hardware wallet or a mobile wallet, and you can use that to pay at places and pay merchants. And those merchants can either use that value for other transactions, or they can redeem it for actual silver, because there is an entire process around that in this ecosystem. Similar to stablecoins backed by fiat, the value here is that you're not backing the stablecoin with fiat, you're backing it with a physical metal, right? And so you're not relying on a government to essentially provide you the value behind that token.
Wow. So it's been a bit of a wait, but I guess you could say the wait for SYS4 will definitely be worth it then, hey?
Oh, definitely. And what's cool about SYS4 is that in SYS4, we've actually developed a bridging technology that allows us to leverage the strengths of other blockchains for the use cases they were designed for, right? Syscoin is a blockchain that's focused on real-time micropayments that are backed by Bitcoin security model. And we did a lot of research in 2018 about how we could develop Turing-complete smart contract capabilities on the Syscoin platform. And what we found is really the smart play there is to leverage the strengths of others in the space. Ethereum has been doing it for 4 years. They're one of the most successful Turing-complete smart contract platforms. We think that their ideas around scaling and speed in the future for their contracts are on the right path. And so rather than reinvent the wheel on Syscoin, we've developed what's called a zero counterparty bridge to Ethereum, where you can take tokens that exist on the Syscoin blockchain, transfer them to the Ethereum blockchain, perform smart contract operations, and then bring those back to the Syscoin blockchain for merchant use cases.
I'm completely blown by it. It's going to take a little bit of a minute for me to just absorb all of that information right there, but it is absolutely stunning to see the work that you guys are doing, and we're very excited to see what's coming up in June. And correct me if I'm mistaken, we're still looking to see the Electrum wallet on June 9th as well?
That's right. There's actually a lot of stuff coming in the run-up to June 9th, that week of June 4th, really. From a number of different wallets, including paper wallets. There's going to be a new desktop wallet for the LODE community that's actually branded.
Yep.
There's going to be an Electrum wallet, and what we're also going to be publishing in the run-up to the release is a white paper and actually a third-party audit of the Syscoin blockchain's transactional throughput capabilities.
Wow. That
further establish to not only the LODE community but also the larger blockchain community what our protocol is capable of. Stuff that no one in the space has seen before because we haven't released it yet. But I can say that the transaction speed report, or the TPS report as it's called in the space, is very positive.
Wow. Well, I think that's pretty much all the time that we have for today. I'm super grateful that I was able to take a few minutes of your time. I know that you got a flight to catch,
yes.
But I know that the entire LODE community is really looking forward to seeing the work you produce, and that we are all cheering you on.
Awesome. I'm excited to release it in June here.
Take care.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's all we have for today's episode. Really hope that you guys enjoyed the interview. As always, if this is your first time joining us, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and check out LODE.one to learn more about the project. That's all for today, guys, and take care.